Welcome in everyone to A Saw Dude. In this video we'll be building a cedar planter out of cedar pickets for fencing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rip down a picket so that we can get our legs and what will eventually be the top of our planter. So for this one I'm going to rip down 2 pickets. When you do the smaller square style you normally only have to rip 1 picket. But with the extra length on this, I'm going to need one more board than I probably would otherwise when it comes to the legs and the top. So once I get them all ripped down, we're going to move on to building. Like the YouTube professional I am, I lost all the footage of me cutting out the sides of the planter. So we're going to move right on to assembly. We're going to take, in this case, our shorter sides. Normally on the square one we do our longer sides, but this one's, the sides are 33 inches long, so we're going to do the short sides first. Get them glued and nailed together, ready to go. This is actually one of the biggest reasons that I wanted to learn to build this style of planter, is because it's very easy to make it taller, longer, wider, deeper, shorter. I mean, the options are really pretty endless, and the design really bodes well to looking good no matter how big it is. So we'll go ahead and throw the second short side together here. That way I got 2 matching sides to put on each end of the planter. As you can see, I'm using the skinny leg on the face, and then I'm using my thicker leg on the sides. That way when I go to put the longer sides in here, I'll actually have somewhere on the interior of the planter that I can nail to. So you'll see here me setting up my first side. Now I made this 33 inches because the pickets are 5.5 inches wide usually. They're supposed to be. I think we all know that this cheap cut lumber, you know, if it was actually every piece was 5.5 inches, you'd be getting pretty lucky. But anyway, we're going to work on the assumption that they are 5.5 inches wide. So I chose to make it 33 inches so I can just cut my bottom pieces and use a regular amount of pickets without having to rip any and make any special sizes. I can just cut them all down to the same width as the sides of the planter. Just, well, actually just probably about an inch smaller at the end of the day, because as you can see this is sitting on the inside. So my bottom pieces do have to be just a little bit shorter than my side pieces were. Then also, because of the length of this one, I'm going to go ahead and put a little extra support here in the middle. As you can see me nailing that in there. I even measured it out to try to make sure it was even, well spaced. Then we'll go ahead and put our other side in here. You know, kind of the same as the first. We're going to put it in, try to get things lined up. We're going to nail it down the best we can. And get ready to put the bottom on here soon. We got to put the cleat in though for the bottom here. So you see me, I'm going to run over, cut that real quick. Throw it in here, get a little glue on it. Nail that down, and then that really helps the floor of this planter be strong and able to hold the dirt and plants that people are going to put in it. So we're going to go ahead and get our extra side support in here. This also helps to keep these sides from bowing over time, like I could see them doing given the length. So then, like I was saying, I made this 33 inches wide so that when I went to do this step right here, we can just lay all my boards in there, even them up a little bit, nice and easy, and just nail them down. I think this was just, as far as planning goes, it's nice to set yourself up to have less work if you can. And those are one of those times that I'm like, well, you know, if I just make it so it's divisible by 5.5, then it's going to save me a lot of screwing around on the back end. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out my tops. Now this is where we had to rip that extra picket because of these long sides. Other than that, it's pretty simple, same as the square planter. I'm going to go ahead and get my top fastened to itself, and then I will go ahead and glue and nail it to the top. I think this is easier to kind of help get your square set, then get your glue on here and do things efficiently without having to hopefully redo it, because you really don't want to try to peel this apart and put it back on. It's really hard to do without messing things up. So I get it lined up the best I can, make it look even, and just going to go ahead, get that all nailed down, and that's the final step for this planter. You can burn these, you can seal these, you can paint these. You're going to see me actually here drilling some holes in for drainage in the bottom, and we'll finish up with a couple pictures. So I appreciate you all checking out my video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm working on more stuff, and I'm actually selling these things and making some money. So we'll see you in the next one. Everyone have a great day. Goodbye.